Hi there, I'm Juliana Carroll, and this is my sister and partner in Coffee and Tech, Lisa Jackson. Together, we are your hosts here at the Coffee Tech Talk Show.
Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of Coffee Tech Talk Show. As always, I am here with my sister, Juliana Carroll, and we have a very special guest today by the name of Lucille Dwyer. So before we get into the conversation, I've got some housekeeping to do. Make sure that you guys follow us on all the social media sites at LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter at Coffee Tech Talk, and hit that subscribe button, Coffee Tech Talk on YouTube. So hello, Lucille, how are you?
Fine. How's everybody doing today? Well, I've been in the industry, I guess since the late 70s. And so, but I want to say something first, so that the late 70s or even the early 70s, it was just even hard to be a woman in business. But I got my background from some great, strong women in my family who were strong because they had to support their families while their husbands were away at World War II. And basically, these were strong women that continued on to work and raise a family at the same time. So I have a great background on that. And then in the late 70s, after I went back to school, I started working in the telecom area. But after that, I wanted to get back into technology. So I went into product management. And my first role was in the mid 90s, early 90s. And that was in collaboration, and then moved into product management and networking, validation, circular economy, and sustainability. And now I'm in cloud. So I've enjoyed a lot of innovative solutions. So I ended up back in telephony after I, graduated from college. So, it seemed like I had a destiny to be in the communications business. And so, it was very interesting in the early 70s and how in the 70s and 80s, how you had to navigate yourself to work with men and basically have to prove yourself and be smarter, faster than anybody else.
And especially for younger women that are listening to this, and hearing the growth that you went through, the women that you mentored. What are some of the challenges that you still see today as women in technology?
Well, we didn't have maternity leave. There wasn't many things that, daycare, nothing on daycare. So things have gotten a lot better, and men are now are being pushed back and now understanding what we've been going through, because they have the same thing. They have to deal with daycare. They have to deal with maternity leave, a lot of other things that they didn't have to deal with before. And I had to readjust, my time frame of working, and basically find that role that I had to stop at a certain time, and I had to set my boundaries. So I think what happens is in every time in your life, at certain times in your life, you have to readjust your career. And whether it's just readjusting the timeframes of the company you are working with or changing jobs, it has something has to give. And to me, my family was really important. To state what I feel, I'm a very upfront person, and I was not afraid to say, where I was going and where I am in my life. If I have an issue, I go right to it. I don't hide it. I don't go around it. I go right to it, because otherwise it causes chaos around you.
So, and that's a good point too. Because you are true to yourself, right? You authentically, no apologies, made your family a priority. Right? And not that not that work is not important, but family is important. So, so when you go to work, you go with that authenticity.
Yeah, I think this is very good advice for a lot of people, and especially women, because I wasn't there. It wasn't that I was afraid to say no, but I didn't want to be number two. Like, I didn't want to lose the opportunity. I remember, in my 30s, I mean, when starting in this industry in 2000, it's like I had to be number one. I had to be number one sales. And I was so driven that it was, you know, I did whatever was necessary. And it was more like I just wanted to be number one.
As I said, in your stages, the thing is that when you're first starting out, you have to establish yourself. You have to, and it is work at that point,
Right.
you know, and as you move in and get your credibility and move into your different levels of management roles in an organization, or moving into a different role in another organization, you get more comfortable within your skin. I think that they always have to say yes to everything, because they'll never get that promotion.
Right.
But basically, the roles I went for, I got, you know, and it was because I just worked through the conversation as what I see in my vision, what I see in my life, in my family life, and what I see, you know, where I want to go. Now, that vision is important, that you express it, but you express it with, you know, succinct, you know, terms that they understand, your management understands, and your manager understands.